Hi, and welcome to my verb conjugation tutorial. When it comes to conjugating verbs, the first thing we're going to start with are pronouns. The pronouns are what tell us who we're talking about in any given sentence. So as we start here, we need to have straight which one is going to be English and which one's going to be Spanish. Both charts are the same chart, only in different languages. Okay, so we start with the top box, which is going to be I, and in Spanish, yo. Followed by the next box, which is going to be you, familiar, which in Spanish is tú, which is followed by the he, she, and you formal box, which in Spanish is él, notice the accent, ella, and usted. Next, we have the we box, which in Spanish is nosotros, or in fact, nosotras, which is just the feminine. And then this box isn't really used everywhere, but it is used in parts of Spain. Vosotros, which also has a feminine form, vosotras. Then in our final box, we have they and you guys. So, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Now it's important to memorize these charts. These charts are the starting point. They're like the key to a map. It's hard to understand the rest of what we're going to do if we don't understand what's happening just on these charts. We're going to write the charts for the different types of verbs. So we have AR verbs, okay? AR verbs are the most common verbs in Spanish. Now, our charts, we're going to put the form of the verb that corresponds with each of the different pronouns. So we're going to start in the top box, which corresponds with the yo or I form, and the ending for that is o. So if we take the verb like hablar, okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this ending and we are going to write the stem. Then we're going to take our corresponding ending and we're going to put that onto the end of the verb. So in this case, hablo, which now means I speak. Then, in the next box, we're going to use the tú ending, which means you, which becomes you, familiar, speak. Okay? So, continuing down, in the he, she, you box, we have the a ending, which corresponds with he, she, and you. So we have habla, which means he, she, or you formal speak. Now the way you would know which one you're talking about is you could put, for example, él in front. Él habla. Now I know that it is he speaks. Next is our we box, or nosotros. So I have the verb, and then I put the ending on, and now it means we speak. So I filled in the vosotros ending, ice, and then for the they ending, it is an. So we have our verb, and then we add our ending, and now that means they speak, or possibly you guys speak. Wow, my handwriting looks terrible. Now we're going to do the same thing with our ER or IR verbs. Ooh, I get a dot on there. Okay. So in the yo box we have O, so we end up with como, which means I eat. Then in the to box we have, whoa, I am terrible today, S, so comes is you eat. Okay. All right, so then we come to the he, she, you formal box, which for ER and IR is E. So come, he, she, or you eat. Now remember, that's formal as opposed to the to form, which is informal. Now for the we, we're actually going to have two endings here. So hemos for ER and imos for IR. So comemos, we eat. And if it's an IR verb, you simply just use the emos instead. Okay, so then there's the vosotros endings. And then down here, we're going to have the they or you guys endings. So we start with our verb, comen, and that is they eat, or it could also be you guys eat. Now, again, if you want to clarify the subject here of who's actually eating, all you have to do is put in here ustedes. Ustedes comen. Now it's clear that it is you guys eat without any confusion. So that's a basic on verb conjugation. Hopefully that helps you out. I suggest doing some practice conjugating verbs. You could ask your teacher where to find a good website that'll help you practice, or I have several sets on Quizlet that you could use to practice these for regular verbs. Now, these just at this point you're just doing regular verbs, but this is the basic that'll help you understand how verb conjugation works. Thanks for listening to my tutorial.